The number of infections and deaths from novel coronavirus is reportedly on the rise in Yemen due to a lack of medical supplies and testing kits in that country. According to an NGO and also medics, fatalities have surged to at least 5 times higher than normal in the port city of ADEN. Several health sources saying that hospitals have stopped admitting patients since they aren't equipped to deal with the virus. Save the Children says authorities in Aden have reported an average of 50 deaths per day since the 7th of May. No report on the exact number of cases and deaths nationwide. The World Health Organization has already warned that the Yemeni population is some of the lowest level of immunity to disease. Yemen is grappling with the world's worst humanitarian crisis that's caused by more than 5 years of Saudi-led war and blockade. From Ontario, I'm now joined by Jason Unruhe, political commentator and analyst. Good to have you with us, Jason. So you see, COVID-19 is taking lots of lives, even in the U.S. and other, powerful countries and nations. And now Yemen already was suffering from a host of issues, and people were losing their lives to even preventable diseases. Now we have COVID-19 on top of it. The WHO and others are just issuing warning. Who should take action to save people's lives in Yemen?
Frankly, the entire people of the world should be taking action to try to deal with this situation. Now, primarily, the responsibility for this situation lies in the hands of the Saudi kingdom. They are the ones who have created this situation from the beginning. The deaths of all of these people are on their heads. And as you said, it was already in a terrible state before the coronavirus situation began. Already they had about one of the worst outbreaks of cholera in recent memory, certainly the worst one that exists in the world today. Already around the world, 300,000 people have died as a result of this illness. Many of those are people from many struggling countries, particularly those who are currently locked in a terrible occupation like the one that Yemen finds itself in right now. But the Saudi war machine continues to roll on with complete disregard for Yemeni life, and that's the way it has operated since the beginning, just simply by the fact that the Saudi royal family and many of the wealthy elite allied to them want a hold of the territory. They want a hold of, the spheres of influence. They want their resources, etc. They want essentially their own colony inside of Yemen to exploit and abuse as they feel that they have some right to do. So the world right now is trying to deal with a major epidemic, and there are countries in the world that are trying to help. Russia, particularly China, are trying to help with many of those suffering from this. But we have very powerful players like Israel continuing to use COVID in order to kill Palestinians. We've seen reports of them deliberately weaponizing it against the marginalized section. We have the United States blockading Iran from being able to get the necessary loans from the IMF to deal with the situation. And we see Saudi Arabia doing that right now with Yemen. So I think the world's major power players are causing this situation. And if they had any kind of integrity, or even, frankly, at this point, even a human soul, they would be trying to do something about this. But the other large powers in the world, like the UK, etc., have remained very quiet on this because it is also in their interest to allow Saudi Arabia to take this land. And many of these countries are also complicit in it as well.
Okay, appreciate your comments. Jason Unruhe, political commentator analyst from Ontario.